Special C Sports presentation. Special C Sports Special C Sports presentation.
Test, test, test. All right, guys, sorry for the technical issues here. We've got it working. I'm going to try to level out the car noises as much as I can, but we're here at Fontana, and it looks like we've already got a caution out here. Not too big of a field turnout today, but hopefully that will lead to more clean racing. So we have a race back to the line. Anthony wins it. All right, guys, we're going to throw it to intermission real quick here.
This special C Sports presentation is brought to you by RAHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHh If you want to find a lead, watch digital racing content, or buy racing accessories, visit them through the link in the description.
Sorry, guys, for the technical difficulties here. I had it muted for the audio, but we're back here commentating. Going to try to get the car noises sound as good as everything else. But right now, we've been having a great battle in between Leroy and Hizzy. It looks like Leroy's now got the advantage. We're going to ride along board the rear bumper of Leroy, looking back to Hizzy here. Hizzy now looking to the top side, going into turn 2. Slots back and behind and has to back off big time due to the dirty air. Hizzy now trying to develop the run. He makes his way to the bottom. Hizzy now clear all the way around. Now, big time mistake by Leroy because Hizzy has a huge gap back to him. Let's see if Leroy can make it up. But in the meantime, let's ride along board the cockpit cam here with Hizzy. We're going to watch what kind of line he takes around the track. So the entrance to the corner is surprisingly low. It looks like they don't want to start out wide and go to the center because just the shortest way around is hanging the bottom. It looks like that's what we're doing. Let's watch the throttle here as well. See if it's full throttle, half throttle, braking. No, it looks like it's full throttle. Nope. A slight lift here, but mainly full throttle going around the racetrack here. Yeah, so this being a full throttle track just makes it very hard for whoever's in second to make the pass for the lead because there's not much you could do to differentiate your lines other than steering. And we've got Leroy in the wall back there having some issues. Mostly strung out single file pack here. And let's crank it up here for Hizzy. Riding along board with Hizzy, he's now got a noticeable lead here. Let's look back and no, it's dissipated Leroy all over the rear bumper. It looks like we've got issues with car noises. I'm not sure if they're too loud here. So it's going to be mainly my voice, but here we go. Leroy looking to the bottom of Hizzy, but not quite there. He's going to develop the run on the straightaway. And he's gone to the inside here. Backs out of it. To the top side now. Going to try to make the crossover stick. We're going to watch on board. Starts out really wide in turn 1. Going to drift down the track. And now he's got that clean air. That's a great line for whoever's in second to do. Now he's going to try to make the same thing work in turn 3. And because the front straightaway might be a little bit longer, this might be a great opportunity. But he had to back out of it in the middle of the corner there. He got right into the dirty air of Hizzy, so not this time around. He's got a bunch of laps to do it, though, so I bet he's being patient right now. Hits a bump, makes it down the racetrack on the apron, saves it, and he's still going. I think Leroy, he's trying to look for the perfect opportunity to get to the bottom off the corner exit. That's what he's looking for right now. Hizzy slides up a little bit. Great opportunity for Leroy, and he's made it to the bottom. He's to the inside. Side by side down the straightaway, and Juan is looking back from there, and he's loving this side-by-side racing because he's trying to join in on the action. Hizzy now once again to the bottom here. Great back and forth by these two leaders. But once again, Juan is getting bigger and bigger in the rearview mirror for both of these drivers. He's going to definitely be in contention here. Sliding around on the straightaway, Leroy looking to the top side. So now Hizzy has got the same gap to Leroy as Leroy has to Juan. Let's ride along board with Juan here. So now it's very difficult for him to find clean air because not only doesn't he have the main line, he also can't do the alternate crossover line because Leroy is taking up that air. So let's see what he could do here to catch up. Definitely getting huge runs on the straightaways, but the corners are probably going to be the issue for him. And he's going to try a little bit wider of the line than Leroy. Loses time in the corners. But now he's seeing this side-by-side here for the lead, and he's going to gain like crazy. So it looks like there is a outside line. So now what you could see here, the slipstream is affecting Juan a lot here in the corners, but let's go up to the front to Hizzy and Leroy. Leroy trying to get to the top side once again. Looks like he's trying to do the same thing over and over again. Looks like it might be one of the only ways to make a pass. Off a corner exit, look into the top side. And where's he going to be? Into turn 3. Not too good here. So now let's look farther back in the pack. Anthony has completely dropped off from the rest of the field here. Looks like only 6 cars in this race. And now let's go over to Juan here because it's very interesting how he's dealing with this dirty air. So we've got side by side for the lead once again. Tons of lead changes here. And if Juan is liking this opportunity, this has got to be the closest he's been to the lead so far. And he's got clean air on the top side. Going to get a lot closer on this back straightaway here as he's in the wall. "218 miles per hour in the slipstream. The leaders are side by side, punching the air through the middle, now going top side. That's where the clean air is. It looks like he's stagnant here because he's got multiple lanes holding him up. In other forms of motorsport, this side by side would be extremely effective, but because of the dirty air, might not be too good for Juan. Hits a bump there. Saw him get his front two tires off the ground a little bit, but he's still going here. Yeah, you could just watch his throttle. He's in and out of the gas as opposed to the leads there, Hizzy, who only lifts a tiny bit for like 1 second each corner. Let's watch the throttle input here. I want to direct the viewer's attention to that here because that's going to be interesting going into turn one. This time he does get cleaner air there, so mainly full throttle. But if the front two leaders take a line which takes up the entire track, he's going to have to get out of the throttle like crazy. Yeah, right there. Big time lift. Once again, lifting. And now he's getting closer and closer here. He's going to try to make that move for P2 as soon as possible. This is the closest he's been by far. Only one car length off of Leroy. Is he going to look to the bottom? Yes, he does. Side by side for P2. Welcome into the picture, Juan. Juan's been working at it for a solid 20 laps here. And now he's made his way to the inside of P2. But Leroy, with the slipstream, shoots past on the outside. And Hizzy is liking this racing behind him because he's just pulling away. And let's see, is Juan clear? Yes, he is. Going around onto the front straightaway. Now Juan's going to look to first place where Hizzy is. Now Juan's got to be able to adjust to the line, which P2 usually takes. That's the crossover one, as we already see him working on it. He's already got a gap to Leroy. That shows how fast he's going. He was just stuck behind in the dirty air. Coming around near to the halfway mark, he's going to try to look for the lead here. And this must be heartbreaking for a driver like Anthony back there because he's way out of the picture. But now Juan, for the first time, is looking to get side by side for the lead. Clean air on the top side. Sees it on the bottom. He's going to get the run. Now, where does he take it? To the outside once again. It looks like Leroy has dropped off a little bit here. 5 car lengths behind the leader. He's not liking that through the air too much. Once again, developing the run here. Juan fakes to the bottom, goes to the top. I'm not sure how much that is going to help him here, but he does have the clean air. So Fontana, as opposed to other tracks, it doesn't have that much banking. I've been here before a solid 2 times. Great racetrack. It's like massive when you see it in person, but the front straightaway is absolutely banked. So that's going to be interesting here. If there's ever a spin, they're just going to slide all the way down, and whoever's to the inside is going to be taken out. But yeah, great facility here at Fontana. I love it. It's my home track, so super wide corners. Great for overtaking here. Fortunately, with the dirty air, that's killing it a little bit in terms of the racing side. But here we go. Juan now droning in on the leader. So I think if Juan's going to make a move for the lead, it might be... Oh, shoot! We've got a car slow. Was that Hizzy trying to go for the pits? Yes, he is. First pit stops of the race, it looks like. And Juan has been handed the lead. Leroy has dropped off significantly because Leroy's a whole 3 seconds back from Juan here. Yeah. Oh, and he spins. He's crashing. Big issues for Leroy here. No caution is thrown. And now let's ride along board with Hizzy making his way off of the pit stops here. I guess the halfway mark was Hizzy's mark to go. Not sure what he filled up on, whether it were tires or fuel, but he's leaving the pit stops right now, and he's going to be the guy to beat here. Now let's see. Yeah, he's got clean air all in front of him, so it's a pretty good timing for a run. Now we've got Leroy in the pits, so this is going to be interesting to see where he merges out. Waiting here in the pit box, leaves a little bit early, backs up. Still good here. Don't think he lost too much time. But definitely we saw him dropping back from Hizzy last lap, so he might not merge out that great here. Now everyone, it looks like, is pitting here. Leroy back out onto the track, and Anthony leading his first laps here. Looks like maybe he led a few in the beginning of the race, but yeah, so everyone strung out here with clean air. And Juan going into the pit stops here. Looks like Anthony still has to pit. And the 3 car coming back out. Unfortunately, I'm losing some of the spectate abilities on some of the cars, so we're going to put it to intermission really quick.
This special C Sports presentation is brought to you by RAHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHh Watch digital racing content or buy racing accessories. Visit them through the link in the description.
And we're back here, and we got official word that the 14 has run out of fuel. Basically, that means his race is over. That's a DNF. And out of 15 car with the lead, super strung out pack here. Only looks like 4 cars are making laps. Hizzy is back 7 seconds. And the 15 car still with a huge lead. It looks like maybe altering strategies throughout the field. So I think the closest battle here has to be in between Juan and Hizzy, but they're still separated by a whole 2 seconds here. Let's see how far off Leroy is from these two. Yeah, so we'll see on the ticker how far spread apart all these drivers are. But it looks like as the 14 or 15 crosses the start finish, Izzy's like a third of a lap behind, and then Leroy is a third of a lap behind him. So now it's in between, I believe. Oh, we've got Juan in the wall. Big issue out of him. Now Leroy's going to try to catch up to Juan. So it looks like this is a 100% strategy race here, as we're not getting too much side-by-side racing. So it looks like our leader here is Shore. I haven't seen him too much throughout this race. Or, I mean, I have seen him throughout this race, but not too much throughout the league here. As we've got 30 laps to go, he's just going to try to run it green here. I'm not sure quite what a caution could be caused by because nobody's side by side throughout the pack here. So now Shore, he's got concerns about how short his pit stop was and whether or not he can make it on fuel. He wonders, how he could have done that. So that's what everyone's going to be watching for. But we've got a whole 30 laps here. He can definitely close up the lap or the gap. So let's see here. It's 6.3 this time around. What will it be next time? And we've got a caution out.
Competition caution.
Competition caution.
Resetting server, by the way, because we're getting complaints about some track bumps, so we're gonna sort that out real quick.
And real quick, DJ, do you have car noises for the game or no?
Nah, Vort was kind of lazy.
All right, make sure that Vort gets it next time. All right.
All right, I'm gonna shut down real quick. I'll tell you.
I'll put it to intermission.
Also, you could reset instead of having to leave and rejoin.
This special C Sports presentation is brought to you by RAHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHWatch digital racing content or buy racing accessories. Visit them through the link in the description.
sorry guys once again for that technical difficulty. The audio was off the entire time. So let's see if it's back working here. I'm going to check the live stream. All right, well, I was commentating that time, but yeah, what we saw there was tons of moments of Shore trying to close up and not quite working here. So, yeah, he's going to try to do that once again. He's gone to the rear bumper many times. As a famous saying, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass. Oh, and Hizzy, big time, swings wide, and this is going to be the perfect opportunity here for Shore. He has made his way to the inside, and Hizzy is going to back out into this corner. Can Hizzy deal with dirty air if he gets cleared off a corner exit? That might be the question here. Now he's got the crossover here with the slipstream, trying to run the top side for the first time in probably a bunch of laps. Oh, and we've got major contact. These front two runners still making contact, and Shore is sideways. That is the big mistake I was talking about earlier on. One big mistake can end a driver's race, but Shore hasn't fallen back too much, only 4/10 off. He will be able to make it to the front, to the rear bumper here within 10 laps. Question is, can he make the move work? He might have to use the bumper. So let's see here. Going down the back straightaway. 10 laps to go. And he's got the slipstream. Trying to run the high line here. Let's see how much of the gap close up. It went from 3/10 to 2. He's going to try to make it from 2 to 1 here, as he's only a car length off. Took a look to the inside there, backed off though. Juan still staying stagnant in third place, but we could see Shore. He got a little bit too aggressive in turns 1 and 2, and he slid back up the track, getting too tight. So now let's ride along board here. Yeah, he's got a whole 8 car lengths in front of him, but he's got 8 to go. Now, Juan has the best opportunity he's had for a solid 30 laps here. Not too far off of Shore, so he's just got to follow him as he catches Hizzy. Down the front straightaway. Big drafting here. Hizzy goes up the track a little bit. Diamonds the corner. Not the fastest line, though. Shore took the fastest line that corner, and he's going to cut that gap in probably half this time around. 7 laps to go here out of 80 at Fontana, my home track. So let's see what kind of racing we'll get here. Now going down the back straightaway, Shore looks to the top side by side for the lead with 7 to go. And don't forget, Juan is looking back in P3, ready to strike if anything happens to these front two guys. Went a little bit wide that corner, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to. 6 laps to go here. It's in between Shore and Hizzy. Hizzy has been holding on to that bottom lane the entire last part of the race. what can Shore do now to make his way back up to the front? He's holding that outside into turn 3. Getting the crossover. Eddie has made his way to the inside. That's going to spell second place for Hizzy, who drops back. Hizzy tries to get the run on the bottom. Doesn't happen. Now Hizzy here, he makes his way to the bottom. He uses the bumper, backs out of it. I'm not sure if that was a good idea by Hizzy, because now he's going to be all in the dirty air here going into turn 3. Side by side once again. Hizzy has now made his way to the bottom. Hizzy's got the lead. We could see here off of corner exits, second place, whenever they are clear, they make a quick dash to the bottom trying to get the crossover. But now Shore with a very wide line into turn 1. He's going to try to develop the speed off the exit, and that wasn't that bad that time around. He was all the way up the track, and he had some speed there, probably full throttled it all the way around. And now Hizzy here is holding on for dear life as we've got Shore still hunting him down. It looks like Anthony has been the closest he has all these last 20 laps. He's now down to 6/10. If these front two guys make major contacts, he'll be right there. 3 laps to go here. Hizzy holding off Shore. Shore going wide once again. Where's he going to look this time? He's got no place but the outside to go. And up the track goes Hizzy into Shore. And big slip up by Juan in P3. And now Shore, side by side, nose to nose, going in to turn 1 with 2 laps to go here. Hizzy has now got 2 car lengths back to Shore. Shore has to make the move right now. He doesn't have much time. He's only got 3 chances left here, 1 for every long sweeping turn. He might have to use the bumper on the final lap here as he slides up out of the groove. 1 lap to go. Hizzy is leading them. Shore might have a good look going into turn 3. It all depends. Can he get the run off of this corner? He's in the rear bumper of Hizzy. Pushing Hizzy out the way. Didn't get bottom though. Will he do a bump and run this final corner? Or will he do the switchback? Here we go. Into turn 3. Comes down the track to the bumper of Hizzy. Hizzy holds it good though. Hizzy's lifting. Side by side, coming down to the line. It's Shore. It's Hizzy. Photo finish at the line. Hizzy got him. Hizzy got him into the grass. What a finish. Holy. That bumper use off of turn 4 was crazy. We saw Shore get to the bottom, and then Hizzy just drove down the track into him to hold the lead. I'm going to look at the replay right now. The crazy battle right down to the line. Yeah, Hizzy basically drove down into him on the apron, and that's what he did to try to win the race. Worked out for him. Absolutely close finish here. Only 8/100ths of a second separating the front 2 runners here. And now everyone's making their way to victory lane, it looks like. We're going to get post-race interviews here very shortly. Yeah, right here, our race winner. Great scheme from the number 10 here. Leak less with drip hands, and then we've got Google Chrome all over the car here. Yellow and black, like a bumblebee here. Iconic paint scheme here. So we're gonna wait to get post-race interviews here. That was a cool effect out of the rear throttle. We had flames going out here.
So we are declaring a winner for the race.
Oh, is it undecided yet?
No, we found a winner. So after careful investigation upon the finish, we found that by 3 pixels, Shore is the winner of the race.
What? Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Holy.
I'm not even kidding. Like, it was so close.
Yeah, the ticker showed Hizzy as the winner. But looking back here at the replay, I'm gonna watch that again.
If you take a very close look across the line, Shore's car was slightly angled, and for that reason, the very top of his wing was able to cross before Penguin. It might be
the closest finish in AIS, right?
This is the closest finish ever in AIS.
Crazy stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm watching the replay as well. That was
inches.
Super close.
Like, I'll put the result later, but inches here. So I don't know if Short talks though, so okay, so Short doesn't talk, but we can get our second place driver up to the stage, which is Penguin.
So Hizzy, we saw you there on the front straightaway, coming down to the bottom to try to block Shore. Tell us how you feel at the finish, knowing that you lost only by 3 pixels.
Man, I just can't win, man. I was getting bumped by Short. He was like trying to push me up, but I also came down and hit into him too. But that was that finish was crazy. I just can't win.
Yeah, we saw you lead the last 10 laps there, it looks like. You knew that the bump was coming in turn 3, right?
I didn't think about a bump, no, but I was getting pushed by Shore.
Got you.
There was also rumors that he.
Yeah. Anything else you think you could have done differently to keep the race win?
Not much. There were actually rumors that Shore actually probably spent pit lane, but we can't really. There's no proof to that. So yeah, I'm still not getting the win.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our wait, what's the next race, DJ?
Next race is undecided. We're taking like a week or 2 break, so we're gonna see.
Another break.
Yep.
Well, let's get our next driver to the stage here.
We'll get Juan up.
All right, Juan, we saw you in third place for basically most of the race. We saw you sliding up. It's just the dirty air is big. Am I correct?
Yeah, the dirty air was like probably the biggest factor of the entire race. I constantly slid up the track, and when I finally found the line to go flat out, I was constantly being pushed up the track. I hit in the wall. At some instances, I almost like slid into the infield, but I was happy to recover, and thankfully, I got my first podium of the season.
What could you have done differently to break into the top two in the final laps?
I think again, just finding the right line. I think Shore might have found the right line in the end. Managed to get on the bumper of Penguin. I think that's how he got the win. But honestly, I probably should have done the same. I kept experimenting with my line, and then once I found it, I could have taken advantage of that, closed up.
Got you. Anything else you want to say to the viewers back home?
No, I think it's just consistency that'll probably win the championship for me. I mean, the podium's going to help me out a lot with the title.
Got you. All right. So, yeah. Any other words we want to get from any of our drivers, DJ, or can you tell us?
We can get Leroy up.
Oh, Leroy. All right. Leroy, we saw you in fourth place a lot of the race as well, making a lot of mistakes towards the end. Tell us a little bit about it.
Just mainly just dirty air. Because I mean, because once you got three other cars like stacked up against each other, it kind of got worse. So I mean, it was fine early on, like the first half of the race. I mean, us and me and Penguin and Juan were all like kind of just in a straight line, so pretty much it wasn't that bad. So. But as soon as it came down to like just the four of us, and it was just like dirty air just worsened up. Couldn't really get any momentum going.
All right. Yeah, unfortunate here. So, DJ, can we learn anything about what the idea could be for the next race here in the AIS?
We're thinking about doing a 1.5 mile oval, and that's as far as I'm going to say. We might be doing Dover, and yeah, we'll see.
That'd be interesting here. Hopefully a better turnout next race. But yeah, this has been great. We have had great battles throughout today here. So thank you all for tuning in to C Broadcasting Group. This is Daniel signing off for C Sports. See you all next time.
C Broadcasting Group and C Sports reserve their respective rights. Any unofficial use of this telecast without credit to C Broadcasting Group and the respective rights holder is prohibited.